Hey, I hope you're all having a good day, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the newest opera added into Siege, Skopos. Probably one of the most unique and fun operas they have ever added. Skopos is a 2-speed 2 armor that has these two robots that you can control. When you first spawn into the round, you'll notice the second robot in an idle stance, and it will have a shield in front of it, but not behind it. With it having that shield up, it also has a mirror through it, kind of like a regular deployable shield, so you can use it like that. And while it is in the idle stance, you can use it as a deployable camera as well by hopping on your cams. It will stay like this until you switch your conscience over to it. In order to switch over to the other robot, you need to click on your gadget button or switch to it on the cams and hold down your interaction key. After a short animation, you switch over to the other robot and the previous one will go into an idle sense. So it's a lot easier to understand than what it sounds like. When you spawn in, you can find your idle shell somewhere on the bomb site and you can't see it through an outline through the walls if you're curious on where it is. In order to switch over to it, you need to hop on the cam, hold down your interaction button, so for me it's F. And then you're on the other robot. And then wherever your previous robot was will go into an idle stance like the other one. And it doesn't matter where you are on the map, you can still switch over to your idle shell. So as you can see over there, I have my shell on the bottom of East Series on border, and I can go in this corner, hop on my cam, and just switch over to it. And there's a few things you need to know about these robots is, number one, you do not have two lives like a lot of people thought you would have. If the main shell that I am playing as right now, that I am controlling, if I die, I cannot switch over to my other shell. I can still use it as a camera and my teammates as well. Another thing you need to know is that the secondary gadget pool is shared between the robots. So as you can see, I have one impact left, and if I switch over to my other robot, I will still have another impact. However, the health and ammo pool is not shared. So here on my assault rifle, I have 32 rounds in the magazine and 123 in reserve. So I'm just going to empty a few clips here. All right, so right now in this robot, I have 20 rounds in the mag and I have 30 in reserve. I am also going to impact myself with 2 damage. I am now also at 80 HP. But now if I switch over to my other robot, I'm at 110 health again and I have full ammo. So you can pretty much have 2 or 4 guns technically if you think about it. Another thing you need to know about these robots is on the left of your HUD you have kind of information on your robots and where you can and can't switch. So if you're too close to a wall, you can see that you cannot switch here, but if I back away, I'm fine. And I go up to another wall, it literally will not let me switch at all, and it will even give you a prompt on the screen. So you have to be in a place where you can't switch, so a lot of room, and then you're completely fine. The main thing people use Scopos for is for an ultimate roam game. You can leave one of your robots inside and pretty much roam to your heart's content. And when things get a bit too hectic for the anchors in sight, then you can just teleport back there and help them out. And like I said previously, you can use your idle shell as a deployable shield, and I feel more comfortable using this as a deployable shield than the actual gadget because the glass on it is way clearer. While that's technically everything about the main gadget, there's a few more things you need to know about Scopos because, again, these are robots, they're not regular humans, so a few of the other opera interactions won't work with them. Number 1, the person controlling these robots is Kyrie Galanos. That's why despite them being robots, you can still hear a human voice because she's talking over a microphone. Also, she's an older character from the older Tom Clancy games, which I think is a pretty cool detail, kind of like Deimos. Number 2, she cannot be stimmed by Doc or Thunderbird at all because, again, they're robots. In fact, Galanos will actually make fun of the Doc player for trying to stim the robot.
Did you just use medicine on Methyl?
10 seconds.
Another thing, she cannot pick up rook armor. Another thing is smoke canisters cannot hurt the robots at all. Moving over to the attacker's interactions, Jackal and Deimos can still ping Skopos. However, Skopos can switch over to the other robot, and this will completely trick Deimos and Jackal because that previous robot will still be pinged. And Dokubi can still call Skopos, however they have a different animation for being called and a different ringtone while being called. Oh, that's a cool animation. Also, Skopos can still drop a phone for Dokubi to hack. Basher can also disable your idle robot so you cannot teleport to it, however he cannot disable the robot you're currently controlling. You just get this kind of static effect on your screen. And for the last 2 interactions, Brava can hack an idle shell, however she can't actually control it, it will just destroy itself, which is still a really good counter. However, during the process of Brava hacking it, Skopos can switch to the other robot to stop the hack. And lastly, IQ can scan an idle shell. Finally, moving over to her secondary gadgets, she can either choose impacts or proximity alarms, and most people are going to choose the impacts for roaming. Moving over to her guns, she only has one primary option and one secondary option. For her only primary option, she comes with the PCX-33 assault rifle, which is the newest gun added into the game, and it's a very good one. It has really low recoil and pretty good damage, being at 36 for a defender, and because of the low recoil, you can run the extended barrel and that will give you 41 damage. It also has a really good magazine size, and it's overall a solid weapon. For her only secondary option, she comes with the P229 handgun that you can find on Grim and Habana, and it's an alright handgun. I'm pretty sure the only reason why they gave her this handgun is because I think she used it in the older Tom Clancy games. I'm not sure though. And that's pretty much everything about Skopos. She is a very fun and effective operator in my opinion, and if you haven't unlocked her already, I highly recommend it because I think you will have a blast with her. Her gun's fun, her gadget's fun, everything you want in an operator. And with all that said, this is the end of the video. If you like what I make, I appreciate it if you subscribe. And with all that said, I hope you have a good day or good night, and goodbye.